March 13, 2024. UK grants asylum to Palestinian citizen of Israel in seismic U-turn. London, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has granted asylum to a Palestinian citizen of Israel, ruling that he would likely be persecuted if he returned, a decision the refugees' legal team has described as seismic. Hassan's lawyers told an immigration tribunal that he faced an enhanced risk of persecution in Israel, given his Palestinian ethnicity, Muslim faith, anti-Zionist beliefs, and history of pro-Palestinian activism in the UK. Hassan, who has lived in the UK for most of his life, more than 20 years according to his lawyers, first sought asylum in 2019. The decision for his case was initially delayed, likely by the coronavirus pandemic and successive lockdowns, his lawyers said. In 2022, the Home Office rejected Hassan's claim, denying he faced the risk of persecution in Israel. Hassan's legal team appealed with updated evidence submitted after October 7. On Monday, the Home Office overturned its earlier decision after reviewing the case. Speaking through his lawyers, Hassan told Al Jazeera he felt relieved having struggled with depression and restrictions under UK law that prohibits asylum seekers from working, even voluntarily. I have been left in limbo for so many years while my claim was being processed, prohibited from working, renting a property, traveling, buying a car, or being able to live my life in any meaningful way, Hassan said. The world moved on, while I remained behind. But although he feels reassured, he worries for his loved ones in Israel, citing regular incidents of low-level violence and aggression against Palestinians. He said Israeli soldiers had previously fired stun grenades at his family's neighborhood and assaulted someone. Al Jazeera was unable to independently verify those claims. The authorities there are committed to the poisonous racist ideology of Zionism, which at its core holds Arabs, Muslims, and Palestinians to be less than human and innately evil, he said. The dramatic decision comes as Israel bombards Gaza for a sixth month and as its documented crackdown on dissent intensifies. Israel's latest campaign in Gaza began after October 7, when Hamas, the group which governs the enclave, attacked southern Israel, killing at least 1,139 people and taking roughly 250 captive. Since then, assaults by Israeli forces have killed more than 30,000 Palestinians in the besieged strip, mostly women and children. While Israel says it aims to crush Hamas, rights groups and several world leaders have called for a ceasefire given the grave humanitarian toll. Monday's asylum decision could set a precedent for Palestinian citizens of Israel who want to claim asylum in Britain and elsewhere. Under the 1951 Refugee Convention, which is binding on all states, a refugee should not be returned to a country where they face serious threats to their life or freedom, according to the UNCR. The European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR, an international human rights treaty, also protects the rights of people within the 46 member states who have signed up to it, including the UK. It's completely unprecedented, said Frank McGuinness, a barrister representing Hassan. In principle, any Palestinian finding themselves in any one of those 46 states can say, if you return me to any territory under Israel's jurisdiction, there's a real risk that my human rights will be breached. Palestinian citizens of Israel. About 1.6 million Palestinian citizens live in Israel, some 20% of the total population. They can vote and participate in political life, and, unlike Palestinians living in Jerusalem, Gaza, and the occupied West Bank, are not stateless. But rights groups have long documented measures that undermine Palestinian representation in the Knesset and condemned measures that keep Palestinian citizens in Israel apart from their spouses in the West Bank or Gaza, such as denying naturalization. In the wake of October 7, as Israeli authorities clamp down on anti-war activists, Palestinian citizens of Israel are reportedly being increasingly arrested, harassed, and suspended from their jobs and schools over social media posts. Hassan's lawyers provided evidence to the Home Office that the situation in Israel had worsened and referred to the interim judgment of the International Court of Justice, ICJ, on January 26, which urged Israel to prevent genocide. They said an apartheid system of racial domination prioritizes Jewish Israelis and systematically oppresses Palestinian citizens, a claim several groups including Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International and B'Tselem have argued in the past. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.